And somehow attention is going in a successful way which was taught in a patriarchal world.
I don't blame the men for everything.
No, I'm not.
See, this destruction of the planet, it did not happen because of any evil design. It happened in pursuit of human happiness. Once you're in pursuit of happiness, one person, one planet if you give also, it's not enough.
Sadhguruji, I have many questions.
You can go one at a time.
Yes. Being in a patriarchal world, I just…
You're Mukti?
I'm Mukti.
Okay.
I think there is a lot of power in being feminine, there is a lot of power in being nourishing, and attention is power. And somehow attention is going in a successful way which was taught in a patriarchal world in a different way. So maybe we need to undo, unlearn and relearn some new things in our everyday lives. So please suggest how should we protect.
I don't blame the men for everything.
No, I'm not. I'm just defining how the power was taught to us.
Yes, there are many ways to look at it. I'm not trying to make it controversial, but just to make it fun. If men were going wrong right from thousands of years, women were always there, they could have corrected if they knew better. So obviously they also did not know any better, isn't it? So, human ignorance and human actions on the planet cannot be separated by gender. Well, certain things can be, a few things, but the larger activity is not gender-based. It is human greed, human aspirations of the time which does that. Above all, there's only one reason why we have brought ourselves to this brink. See, this destruction of the planet did not happen because of any evil design. It happened in pursuit of human happiness, human well-being. Human beings want to live better, whatever their idea of better was. It did not happen because somebody wanted to murder Mother Earth, yes or no? There was no such intent. So why our well-being is coming at such a cost? Because in pursuit of happiness, let me tell you a story. There was a potato farmer, okay? One day, this is season coming, he wanted to eat mangoes, he went to a mango tree. But then, being a potato farmer, by habit, he started digging, till the tree fell on him. It's a habit. You want the coconut, you must go up. Instead, you start digging down, the tree will collapse, isn't it? So you want happiness, you should have turned inward, but you try to squeeze it from the planet. Well, we are where we are. Your well-being will not happen ever by the arrangements that you make around you. By arrangements, convenience will come, comfort will come. Yes, we need some of it. But how much comfort we need, if you really look at it? Well, that's not going to cost the planet. It's in search of well-being and happiness that we've destroyed the planet, not in search of comfort. Please look at it. Yes or no? If you were really well, physically and mentally, we would need actually very little comfort. Yes or no? Have you noticed this? On a day when you're very happy, you don't need anything, you can sit on a rock and be fine. When you're unhappy, you need a lot of cushions. Yes? So, this is all happening in pursuit of human well-being, human happiness. because nobody told them, if you want mangoes, you must pluck it, look up and pluck it from there, not dig into the soil. You may be a potato farmer for your lifetime, but when you want mangoes, you must look up, not down. This is the only problem. Instead of looking in, we looked out in search of human happiness, and how much ever we do, that damn happiness is not coming. So we do more and more and more. It doesn't matter, the whole thing collapses. When I was at the economic forum, on that particular year, 2008, when there was a certain amount of recession in the Western markets, so about 1,200 business leaders, every one of them is a billionaire, okay? Whether you're in single digit, double digit or three digits is the only question. But all of them are depressed because recession, because you're a few billions less than what you were yesterday or a few days ago. Then this whole thing was going on, and then the economic forum asked me, Sadhguru, why don't you do one session on recession and depression? I said, recession is bad enough, then why are you getting into depression now? But right now you have made your economic engine in such a way that if you fail, you will be depressed. If you succeed, we will be damned. Yes, this is like the Panchatantra story, where a man is sitting in the wrong end of the branch and hacking at the branch. When he succeeds, he will fall. That is our status right now, human beings. Because right now everybody is aspiring, all over the world, aspiration is what? Somewhere United States has become the aspiration in most people's mind, knowingly or unknowingly, okay? The very fact, even here, wherever I see the blue denims. United States has become the aspiration. It is America's workman's clothes. That's why they used to be torn. But now you have to pay $1,000 to tear it in a particular way. So, it's become the aspiration. Let us understand this. If this nearly 8 billion people on the planet should have what an average American citizen has in terms of physical things, we need 4.5 planets. Right now, we have only half a planet left, one half is gone. Please know this. Over 50% of the topsoil is gone. That means one half of the planet is gone. To put it back, it'll take 500 to 1,000 years. It's not going to happen overnight. So, our aspirations have become like this. Our happiness depends on not having a house, but a warehouse. Most homes are looking like warehouses, full of stuff that they never use. How many things in your home do you use at least once a month? Please look at it. If you're not using it for a month, please hand it over to somebody who could use it. A lot could happen. Yes. Because these things have been accumulated not because the usefulness of what it is, these things have been accumulated in pursuit of happiness. Happiness will not come that way. You want to be blissed out? There's something you need to do about this one, not about all that. That we do for comfort, convenience, activity, yes. For that there is enough room, planet is generous that way. We can all be active and well. If we handle our well-being and our joy within ourselves, there is room for all of us here to do whatever we wish to do. But once you're in pursuit of happiness, one person, one planet if you give also, it's not enough.
So the title of this conversation, the subtitle of Conversation with a Mystic.
That's only for you. I'm not conversing with a mystic, so I'm at ease.
job. That's my job. Got it. I know, and I have many questions, you know. Sadhguru said, I've never seen someone with so many questions. He said, no answers, only questions. I think the subtext, which I actually am talking about because I liked it, is an experiential, for today, an experiential symposium on optimal health and well-being. And I think there's a tremendous amount for us to talk about even in that phrase. One is the role of experience. And I will say that, you know, my office being responsible for cultural transformation, I've become obsessed with what is culture. And the definition that I use, because it guides our strategies, is behavior. This definition was given to me by Admiral Grossenbacher. Is behavior, either collective or individual behavior, based in experience and incentives. Meaning that if we're going to transform or shift what the medical model is today and what healthcare is today, we can't start with just the data. If people do not have an inner experience, not much will change. Can you say some about what you think the role of experience is in today and in healthcare?
So you need to understand this. Largely for most human beings, experience is being kind of created and regulated by the way they think and feel. But what you think and what you feel need not necessarily have anything to do with reality as such. There is something called as a psychological reality and there is an existential reality. By controlling or handling the psychological reality well, a lot of people can become healthy, a lot, because for a lot of them that is the cause of their illness. And it can also fix other things to some extent. So, like right now, Mitch was talking about, you know, somebody prays and somebody creates a certain attitude around them of love and care and compassion. This is all psychological structure. You create a psychological structure with which you become open to certain dimensions of life. It becomes a possibility to transact in a certain way with least amount of friction and creates well-being. But there's an existential dimension to this. Existentially, what are you made of? What is the world made of? If you look at it, this is the most fundamental aspect of yoga. This is called as Bhuta Shuddhi. This means elemental, cleansing of the elemental nature. The whole universe is a manifestation of 5 elements. So is this body. Out of these 5, there are only 4 that you can really handle. Another one you just experience, it's the ambience for the other 4. So the earth, water, fire, air and the space. So you only have to handle really 4. With 4 ingredients, so much magic and mischief is happening in the universe. If there were 4 million, we would be not able to handle it. 4 for sure we can handle, isn't it? 4 ingredients, if they're functioning the way you want, then everything about you will be great. Out of these 4, 72% of your water, your body is actually water, so is the planet. The same composition of the planet you have in your body. About 12% is earth. About 6% is air, 4% is fire, the remaining is space. This is how it is looked at. If you master these 4, even if you have a bit of control over these 4, you will see miraculously you will generate health within the system. If you fail on this, then the next level of handling this is, nature has evolved certain things in the form of herbs and many things which are helpful to us. So we can learn to use them. If you fail in that, then you can create a psychological structure which will create health for you. If you fail in that, then you go for the chemical treatment. If you fail in that, then you go for a surgery.
That's the escalation.
Direct intervention of cutting something, putting something, if nothing else you're capable of doing. But now you're talking about a large-scale thing across the populations. We always think anything subtle cannot be done large scale. I disagree with that, this is my opinion. Because It is just that we have not done enough work towards that and we assume that it's not possible. To create a certain sensitivity towards something and approach it in a subtle manner is possible, but it's only possible if it goes into every home, every parent, every man and woman in the world or in the country starts working towards it. When you want such a big goal to be achieved, it's not going to happen overnight. We must be willing to be committed for a whole generation or two, then something will happen. Something wonderful will happen. But right now, we are in today's world, everything has to happen by today evening. If it doesn't happen, tomorrow we dump it and have a new project going. So in that context, it will not happen. In that context, it's better we work towards a plastic heart and a plastic liver and a plastic kidney where we can start replacing them every 5 years and somehow function. See, health does not mean that just the medical parameters are okay. Health means you must feel a certain sense of wholeness. The word health itself comes from that word whole. A certain sense of wholeness, when you wake up in the morning, you are more alive than you are when you went to bed. You feel 10 years younger than the time when you went to bed. If you feel like that, that means you're healthy. It is just that all the tests are showing you're normal, that is still not normal. Because you have no experience of health. So when you say experience, ultimately we have come here only to experience life, isn't it? So we know that experience is the most important aspect of life. Now we're talking about the word experience in two different ways. One is our experience of life itself, how profound and how wonderful it is, or how nasty and how unpleasant it is. So the pleasantness that we generate in the body, we call this as health. Right now, that is the object of discussion, I don't want to go further, but the same pleasantness, if it hits a higher pitch, we call it pleasure. But if your mind becomes pleasant, you would call it peacefulness. If it becomes very pleasant, you would call it joyfulness. If your emotions become pleasant, you would call it love or affection. If it becomes very pleasant, you would call it compassion. If your very life energy, if you make it pleasant, we call it bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. This is what a human being is seeking all the time. He wants pleasantness inside. Well, if your surroundings become pleasant, we call it success. This is what every human being is looking for all the time. There is a whole science as to how to create the inner pleasantness. External pleasantness needs cooperation from many people. It's not just yours. The other stakeholders who may want to make it nasty for you It needs many people's cooperation, but inner pleasantness is 100% yours. But why have we not strived for it? We have not strived for it because generally we have spread this message, it is not possible unless everything in the universe is fixed. When I first came to United States, one word I was hearing everywhere is stress management. I could not understand this because in my mind, we manage things which are precious to us. Our family, our wealth, our business and whatever else which is valuable to us. Why would anybody want to manage stress? Is something I couldn't get for some time It is just because we've spread the idea that stress is a part of your life. Stress is not a part of your life. Stress is not because of your job. Stress is simply because you do not know how to manage your own system.
So you must maintain an account book. You will see, no matter what the hell happens in life situation, you will not go down.
More than what you eat, how you eat it is also equally important. Check and see if you're still alive. If you are, just do this much for your sake. This is the end of suffering. Once there is no fear of suffering, only then you will explore the full depth and dimension of this life.
Outside challenges are many. There are many things in the world. Some things will happen, some things won't happen, some things will act for us, something will work against us. These things are happening all the time. But am I functioning for myself or am I functioning against myself? Within this, is my life little more exuberant, little more better, little more joyful, little more peaceful. You just measure this every day. So you must maintain an account book. Yes, if you're doing business, how do you know whether you're progressing? Only one who keeps accounts knows whether he is making money or going down, isn't it so? Similarly, you must maintain an account. You just see. Let's say yesterday you were joyful 5 times in the day. Today if you're 6, you're better. Tomorrow if you're 7, you're better. But day after tomorrow if you're 3, you're worse. How many moments of joy do you have? Why I'm talking about joy is we are not using joy as a goal. Joy is a measure. Joy means you're at ease. Joy means you become more of life than being a mental mess, isn't it? Joy does not mean that you attain to something. Joy simply means life has come to ease, you're not messing yourself up. Spend 5 minutes, have I been better today than yesterday? Has my day been better? Every day, if you keep accounts, you will see no matter what the hell happens in life situations, you will not go down.
Here I'm not trying to tell you what to eat and what not to eat. You eat whatever you want. But being a human being, the most important thing is that you do it consciously. Whatever you do must happen consciously. Your selection of food and consumption of food also must happen consciously. More than what you eat, how you eat it is also equally important. When I say how you eat it, these are all live substances. Every one of them had a life of their own, whether it's a plant, animal, vegetable, every one of them had a life of their own. If you approach it with a certain sense of gratitude and reverence towards the food that you eat, when I say reverence, it may feel like too much for you, but I'm asking you, let's say we put you in a room and you had nothing to eat for 5 days. If God appears in front of you, what will you ask? Food? So that's how important it is. You must understand the food on your plate is not just a substance, it is not a material, it is not a commodity, it is life. It is the life-making material for you. So you must treat it as such. Right now, when it's on the plate, when it's out there, it has no value, but the moment you consume it and it becomes your flesh and blood, now suddenly it's of immense value. Why do we live like this? It's very important, when it comes on your plate itself, you must treat it as a part of yourself. With great reverence, you must consume. Just the way you consume it, if you change that, food will behave very differently within you.
The soil that you walk upon has a certain sense of intelligence and memory. So even if you happen to live in a concrete jungle, it is important to keep in touch with the earth upon which you live. Create ways for yourself to somehow remain in touch with the soil or the earth upon which you live, that part of the earth. With your bare hands and bare feet, see particularly the palms and the soles, if they come in touch with the earth on a daily basis, at least for a few minutes, a certain harmonizing of the physiological process will happen just being in contact with the earth. If you spend at least a few minutes in your garden, barefooted, touching plants or trees, because this is the basis of your life. All life, yours and every other creature, has come out of this earth. Stay in touch with it and harmonize your system.
One thing is, before you go to bed, just sit in your bed just for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, just see, suppose you're going to die right now in 2 minutes' time, how it'll be, and then sleep. You will see tomorrow when you wake up, you'll wake up like you just born. If you go to sleep with this awareness, you will wake up with a completely new dimension of energy within you. Suppose you wake up tomorrow. No, no, no. No, that's not… See, you think it's a joke, that's a problem. Every day, nearly 300,000 people don't wake up tomorrow. So in case you wake up tomorrow, check and see if you're still alive. If you are, just do this much, for your sake, not my sake. One big smile, you're still alive. Hello? Is your is your life worth this much? See, do not think every day you will wake up, one day you will not wake up. Yes or no? Tomorrow morning you woke up. Check if you're still alive. If you're dead, I will pardon you. If you're alive, one big smile. Then if 300,000 people die on the planet, maybe 3 to 5 million people would have lost somebody who's dear to them. So just check those 4 or 5 people who matter to you in your life, all of them still alive. One more smile. Hello? And you looked at the watch, it's 7 o'clock and you're still alive. One more smile. Hello? From now on you must do this every time you look at the time. If you're alive, you must smile. Because this is the greatest thing happening to you. Not your money, not your profession, not your family, you're alive right now, this is the thing. Very brief, let's make it happen.
Your ability to live well on this planet is essentially how well you can harness this body and this mind. Yes or no? So if you have to harness this the way you want it, it's very important. There is a little space between you and the body. There is a little space between you and the mind. Whatever suffering, any kind of suffering that you have known in your life has entered you either through the body or through the mind. Do you know any other kind of suffering? Do you know any other kind of suffering? Physical suffering, mental suffering. There's only 2 things you know, isn't it? If a little distance arises between you and the body, between you and the mind, this is the end of suffering. Once there is no fear of suffering, only then you will explore the full depth and dimension of this life.
So, one thing we want to do is, we are bringing this what's called as Isha Kriya, which gives you a distance between you and your thought, between you and your body. If people experience this for 2 minutes a day, their lives will change. Definitely, I'm telling you. Once they know the freedom of it, you will not like anything. You will not like any drink or drug or whatever, because it is a much big high than that. Much, much big high than anything that you have seen. So one of the resolutions that you take for the new year is, I meditate.
Look, I have to congratulate you. You made it through a deep, unfiltered video. That takes attention, openness, and courage. So leave your city in the comments, or share a quote that stuck with you. If you feel this could help someone, send it their way. Thank you, Big Hug, and until next time.